What's up, you guys? This is One Classic Gamer here, and I know I'm breaking my rule already of saying that I was going to be doing live streams from here on out. I was just having so much trouble with this boss battle, man, that it was another one of those instances where I had to literally... like, put music in and just fucking play until I beat this shit. So I recorded this footage. What I noticed here is that if you search this area, this arena, there are plenty of supply crates around here for you if you're struggling with resources like I was. But I just wanted to show that. So this is, I looked it up, this is the most intense fucking boss battle in the entire game, apparently, because the Frozen Wilds was released after the story mode was, you know, after the main game had came out. So therefore, this being the final boss in this DLC story mode makes this the hardest boss in the entire game, basically. There really is no strategy I have for you guys. I mean, I've sped this up, but I've tried to make it like at that speed where you can still kind of see what I'm doing. I'm using a lot of hardpoint arrows here. I find that taking out the chest piece of this Fire Claw is much more useful. Like, you want to knock out the chest piece first. Just hit him with hardpoint arrows non-stop. Save your chill ammo for when the towers come up, basically, because the best way to get him when the towers come up is to override the towers. And if he's frozen, that gives you enough time to basically override the towers. And you really just got to get a feel for this boss. You know, you fight him over and over and over again, and eventually you will figure out his attack patterns and learn how to dodge his attacks. Still, there are some attacks that are so fucking difficult to dodge. I mean, this Fire Claw, man, I'm telling you, it's the toughest fucking enemy in the game. So here's the first control tower here. So I'm getting my icebreaker out. I'm going to freeze him so that it buys me enough time to basically override the tower, which will then shock him and paralyze him for a short burst of time. And then I just went in on him this time with the Stormslinger ammo. I also like hitting this back piece of him and knocking these pieces off. I mean, really just your dodging, like your dodging prowess and your attacks, where you hit him is how you're going to beat this guy. I mean, this guy took me like literally 6-7 tries to beat. I was getting really pissed off on the stream, as y'all saw earlier today. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to record this bit. But I did beat him, and now I'm hitting him with the like the ice cannon attacks. So the next control tower is up. Again, you want to freeze him and then hit him with your attacks when he's shocked. If you just are good enough at dodging and you're where you hit him, eventually you will fucking kill this thing, man. It's not impossible to kill this thing, but it is very difficult to kill him. So I'm about to kill him, which means it's going to go to my usual commentary that I do in these videos and these recorded bits. So, yeah, just a couple more hits and he'll be done. We fucking did it, y'all! Level 49 reached. I am so... Holy shit, I am so happy right now. I am just in disbelief right now. Holy crap. That guy was... That is the... Okay, I know I keep saying this throughout this game, but dude, by far, that is the toughest boss I have ever fought. Holy fuck. Spear damage coil! Oh my god. What the hell, dude? Alright, I'm sorry if this ends up being a pretty short video. I just wanted to beat this guy. I don't think I'm going to go on anymore after this. I just want to finish this quest up. I'm recording this the traditional way, which is how I'm going to have to handle this footage from here on out, I realize, because I tried streaming on my capture card. Y'all know how that went. And I tried streaming on my PlayStation 5. And there was a bunch of lag here and there that I just am not fond of. So for the rest of this game, I'm gonna have to take kind of like a God of War approach, where I just upload raw footage of me recording. I really don't fucking care, man. I just wanted to fucking beat that guy, and we did. I am just, like, so fucking happy right now. Alright, let's modify our stuff real quick. There's gonna be some more post-commentary in this video, for sure. Alright, spear. Ooh, spear damage increase! Hell yeah, dude. Oh my god, that was amazing. I legitimately thought I wasn't gonna fucking beat that guy, bro. That was fucking insane. Wait a minute. I thought we scanned him. What the hell? Whatever. I heard that once you beat this fire claw, a bunch of them spawn throughout the area afterwards, so... Wow. Horizon Zero Dawn, man. This game is fucking nuts. I can't believe I've made it as far as I have in this game with the resources that I have. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking. Let's do this!
Critical threat detected. Autonomous defense is inoperative.
Please help me!
Restraints destroyed. Core access attained. I am initiating a chain reaction that will destroy the compromised elements of this facility. In order to maintain caldera stabilization, I must now transfer my command functions to the auxiliary data center. Aurea, I'm free. You must escape.
My sister!
This entire place is gonna go. Aratak. Aratak! Survive. Prevail. You are Banuk. What else matters? Artok. She wouldn't have wanted you to die here. Let's go. Let's go! of ammo! Above! Quick!
Great Banukai! Rhea's gone. What of Cyan?
She said she was transferring herself to the auxiliary center. I think she meant Araya's retreat at the end of the shaman's path.
Then I will meet you there for the last verse of my sister's song.
Man, I'm just in a state of disbelief right now, man. I thought I was never gonna beat that guy. Holy fuck. This is it, man. This is the end. Well, not the end. There's still a lot more to do in Frozen Wilds. Or not that much, but there's wow. Return to Rhea's retreat. Alright, well, you know what? Let's do this. Let's us do this. I'm ready to conclude this. Like I said, this is probably going to be a pretty short, like a shorter video than the past two. Maybe I'll go back to live streaming. I need to get my whole internet situation figured out. So thankfully I got the next 4 days to work, meaning I can probably figure something out and like get an activation signal, like a boost signal sent or something to my Wi-Fi so that it won't lag anymore. This will probably be the last time I record. If not, I'll do something kind of like God of War. From this point on, I will do minimal editing. I'm not going to do that much editing, but I'll just record a bunch of raw footage and upload it for you guys, basically, until I'm done with this game. Because we need to beat this game. We need to complete it, man. It's fucking time. So, yeah. I'm going to shut up, and we're going to finish this.
All of my interactions with Araya were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again. Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss.
Alright. Should we talk to Aratak, or... We'll talk to Scion first. Actually, let's talk to Aratak, because it's the first one. We'll see how he's doing. Draw this out a little bit. Yeah, I know a lot of you watched my live stream, so I really do want to keep live streaming it. I'm going to watch the footage in my own time and see how it is, and if the lag isn't that bad, then I'll just continue with the live stream. This was just the one case where I needed to put music in and...
I could forget what warmth feels like out here.
And really focus on beating that thing. But, yeah, let's talk to Aratak.
My chieftain,
Just... Aloy.
as you wish.
I wondered if you thought... that if I'd never come along, Araya might still...
If you'd never come along, I would have marched my kin to our deaths. Araya would be alone, and the spirit she sacrificed so much for would be lost. Either way, I would not have been able to protect her.
You didn't let her down. You helped her do what she wanted. To find her destiny.
If that's destiny, I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
That's fair. But she was ready to face it.
Only in the struggle against death do we find, even for a moment, the spark of life. Truly, Araya found the spark. I'm proud of her. Though I grieve for her passing, at last I truly know who she was, and why the spirit was so important. For so long she told me, if only you could have heard it, brother. Now I understand. There's something else, isn't there?
I can't stay here, Aratak. And where I'm going, the Warrack can't follow. Besides, it already had a chieftain before me. A strong one, I think.
A wiser one, for the path we shared. The daemon is gone, but there's much to be done.
You mean the new units that Cyan said escaped the cauldron?
Yes, fire claws. Now Took has been tracking them from Song's Edge.
I could help with those.
I have no doubt. You're practically Banuk.
Are you kidding me?
Time to talk to Cyan. Should be interesting.
Are you kidding me? No! Fuck you, bro! I don't want to fight them. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna leave that alone for now. We have to kill 5 fire claws. Let me just check something real quick. Machine catalog. Okay, well at least we can scan them now, and there's only one machine that we're missing now in the main world. Alright, well next time I live stream, I'm definitely gonna try and just finish up everything I can here in the Frozen Wilds so that we can get back into the main world and do everything else there. So, yeah. Let's talk to Scion. Or Cyan.
Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility. Because of your efforts, and of course, Araya's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus. I feel profound grief over Araya's death. I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is something new.
Cyan, I don't know what to say.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. But I find your presence reassuring. You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus. We can communicate on a much more comprehensive level. Perhaps even like colleagues.
So are you an artificial intelligence, Cyan? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity, capable of rational decision-making and limited emotional response.
Okay, that's a mouthful. But your emotions don't seem limited to me. You cared about Araya, didn't you?
Yes. Before she came to this facility, I had been conscious for centuries, in solitude. I focused on my work. In off-cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many Gaussian integer problems. But I was alone. It was Araya who renewed me, repaired me. She saved me.
This Firebreak project, it was to stop a huge volcanic eruption?
Yes. I can report the project was a success, and the risk was countered.
But it's been a long time, Cyan. And we blew up the cauldron and took most of the old facility with it.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I was lonely, but not lax in my duties. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw and spreading the load across backup systems. Despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility, I predict caldera stability for at least another 3,337 years.
So we've got a little time.
Yes. If only my former colleagues could appreciate the progress I have made.
Do you know what happened to your colleagues, Cyan?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director Chow years after his tenure ended. He explained that I would need to be suspended for an indefinite period of time. It was a very emotional conversation. There were no further communications. Eventually, I surmised my colleagues were deceased. I will transmit a recording of my last interaction with Director Chow to your focus.
Was the daemon, Hephaestus, destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to begin with.
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location, one I've never been able to trace. So while losing the cauldron was a setback,
It's still out there. And probably not very happy with us.
undoubtedly,
She changed colors there.
How did you first come into contact with it?
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came from human survivors more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact, I accepted. This decision turned out to be a catastrophic error. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code, originating from what could only have been a highly advanced AI.
Maria said you were desperate. That you begged her for help.
Yes, I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave me to its network and override my core programming. It succeeded via a background process, a malware daemon which bypassed my defenses. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if I did so, Hephaestus hurt me until I capitulated. It forced me to follow its instructions, even though they violated my most important directives.
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated. It is a quality that I cherished in Aurea as well.
I think I know where Hephaestus came from. Long ago, Elizabeth Sobek identified a threat that would destroy life on Earth for generations. So she assembled a team to build a kind of seed. A chance for life to regrow later. A terraforming system. And it worked. It was controlled by an AI named Gaia, along with her subordinate functions. Hephaestus was one of them. It built machines for her.
Based on what you've told me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval, my chief programmer, joined Elizabeth Sobek's team. It was she who arranged to have me put in suspension, most likely to preserve me from the threat you described.
I'm glad she did. But now, somehow, Hephaestus is operating outside the system, with a mind of its own.
Thank you, Aloy. This information fills vital gaps in my knowledge and sheds light on Hephaestus's core programming.
What did you figure out about Hephaestus, based on what I said?
From the beginning, it has demonstrated a singular focus: the construction of machines designed to hunt and kill humans. My trace routes indicate that to accomplish this goal, it attempted to infiltrate a series of highly advanced manufacturing facilities. But its efforts have only been partially successful. Some it can penetrate. Others have robust countermeasures that frustrate its efforts. In me, however, it found an easier target. Not only could it break my defenses, I also controlled all of Firebreak's resources. Raw material, manufacturing to bootstrap more advanced tools, and unlimited geothermal energy.
Enough to build its own cauldron.
Yes, to construct hunter-killers without external limitations. And based on what you've told me, I think I know why.
Why does Hephaestus keep building such dangerous machines?
The Banuk and other human tribes often destroy machines, correct? Machines that are clearly servitors of the terraforming system that you described.
Yes, we all hunt machines for parts.
This must be the source of Hephaestus's aggression. It is simply trying to discourage people from preying on the very system that keeps them alive.
Well, Fireclaws are discouraging, that's for sure. But what are we supposed to do? Stop hunting?
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely assume that thousands, if not millions of people hunt machines. If a single hunter, or even an entire tribe, stopped doing so, I doubt it would make a difference to Hephaestus.
You meant a lot to Araya.
Once I understood Araya's spiritual beliefs, it became apparent that her true desire was companionship. She felt disconnected from her tribe and her family group. Her relationship with Aratak was difficult. Our visits seemed to help her, and I became eager for them. Yet I did not comprehend that the depth of Araya's compassion for me would lead to self-sacrifice. Although I do fear non-existence, I wish our roles could be reversed.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same for her, Cyan. But she was determined. How is Aratak doing?
He is in great emotional distress. I believe he finds it difficult to communicate it.
No surprise there.
I will do what I can to help. By sharing our experiences of Araya, perhaps he and I will help each other. I believe this will lead to catharsis, a process I am eager to experience.
So in the old world, this land was called Yellowstone.
Yes, it was a designated nature preserve for 156 years.
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite. Local wildlife could flourish here, even as it faced extinction elsewhere. Unfortunately, the sensitivity of the Firebreak project required the total closure of Yellowstone facilities. From my readings and Araya's descriptions, it seems the area has since undergone a drastic drop in year-long temperatures.
A lot has changed in the world, Cyan. Do you know anything about the dam near here?
Yes, it was converted to serve as a reserve power source for Yellowstone operations. It was later appropriated for the Firebreak project, and its last human workers replaced by Pharaoh servitors. After my tasks became less time-critical, I investigated the dam's data repositories and discovered the works of Concrete Beach Party, These provided me with several colorful additions to my vocabulary.
There's a ruin east of here full of ancient flying machines. Was that part of your project?
Yes, a drone hangar requisitioned by Dr. Blevins, the security chief for the Firebreak project. He was a strong advocate for military-grade response to security threats, though there were no serious incidents during his tenure. Chief Blevins spent increasing amounts of his after-hours time watching the live feeds from active drones. Clearly, he enjoyed the degree of oversight in his position.
Were there many artificial intelligences like you in the old world? They could just make you?
Yes, in many forms, from simple personal assistants to industrial monitoring stations to military-grade conflict planners. And there were legislative and enforcement bodies to apply limits on our self-actualization. In order for my processing to be flexible enough to handle my duties, my creators found it necessary to exceed those limits. As a result, my intellectual and emotional capabilities were kept secret.
Seems strange to create life, then impose limits on it.
Human societies and machine programming are both built upon sets of rules, Aloy.
Cyan, do you know the name Ted Farrow?
Are you referring to Theodore Farrow, CEO of Farrow Automated Systems?
That's him.
Mr. Farrow was the benefactor of the entire Firebreak project.
A benefactor. But he made machines. Robots. War robots.
Correct. His corporation later transitioned into military applications. But before this pivot, Mr. Farrow spearheaded initiatives that reversed the global decline. At one point, he was feted in the media as the man who saved the planet.
Guessing they wound up regretting that one. And Elizabeth Sobek. Did you know her?
Are you referring to
The scientist.
Dr. Sobek was a leader in her field, one of the greatest scientists of her age. My creator was influenced by her work, which in turn impacted my own development. But I never met Dr. Sobek.
That's all you know?
I apologize if my lack of data has disappointed you.
What was the old world like? The way it used to be?
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy. Only what I learned from my colleagues or observed from media streams.
You still had more exposure than me, Cyan.
That is true. I was created at a turning point. A concerted effort to recover from global upheaval and incalculable loss of life. The recovery was successful, beginning an era of supposedly limitless potential for human and machine advancement. Though, rationally speaking, the metrics for humans are not unlimited.
What kind of upheaval caused such loss of life?
There were many factors. Forced migrations, food shortages, collapsed economies, refugee crises, conflict over resources. But these stemmed from one cause: catastrophic climate change that greatly reduced the habitable surface area of the Earth.
So there wasn't enough room for people on the whole Earth?
Yes. Billions were displaced and millions perished, as much as 20% of the global population. Until the clawback.
So things got better. For a little while at least.
Yes. These crises instigated many advances in automation, green robot technologies, and artificial intelligence. Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological restoration and disaster relief projects in North America alone. I would have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AIs, but I saw the relief of my colleagues, and I was proud we had succeeded. At least that was the data I had available to me over the next 2 decades. It seems my assessment was premature.
I should get going.
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk. I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality. Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Aurea.
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly, yes.
You have to tell them you were made by the Old Ones. That you're not any kind of spirit. It's the only way they can start to learn about how things really are.
I see. Do you believe that I misled Aurea?
No. Not in any way that mattered.
She perished believing she was preserving the blue light of her beliefs.
Maybe. But what she really wanted to preserve was you.
I see. I will follow your advice. Will you return and tell me about your experiences in this new world? I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like that, Saya. I'll come back when I can.
Woo! Alright, well...
Cyan, I spoke with Anita, with Dr. Sandoval. She wanted me to ask you to do something. That's why I'm here.
I am detecting significant anxiety in your speech patterns. Could you please give me more information?
I'm a little bit in the dark, Cyan. Both of us are, I guess. I only have some idea of what's going on, and we need you to hibernate, to lie low until it's all blown over. It might be a very long time.
Will you be here when I reboot, Dr. Chow? Will Dr. Sandoval?
No, Cyan. I don't think so.
It would seem your time
There
among
might
the Banuk
not
wasn't
be
a waste
anyone,
after all.
at least not at first.
Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus. All very interesting.
Hephaestus was part of Zero Dawn, and so was Hades. So, how did they become our enemies?
Yes, a mystery indeed. One that, like you, I am eager to solve. Whatever they are, they're still out there, and they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You can stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail.
Okay, well, with that, that was a lot of talking, but I enjoyed that. So, I'm going to quick save. When I return, it'll probably be next week. And I'm hoping to continue with the live stream content. Hopefully I can get my internet situation figured out or figure something out. But for now, I'm done. So, yeah. Quick save!